This is a video response to Aldus Valor's Of Cats and Men. And I do recommend that you watch that video, especially if you are transgendered, otherkin, or the Phantom Lion. It's particularly inflammatory when he calls people psychotic. But I wanted to add to that I do not think that people who think that they are similar to other animals in the way that they think, and they feel like they are some type of that animal trapped in a human body, I don't think that they're necessarily crazy. In fact, I'm going to go one huge leap further and tell you something. I see lizard people, okay? And not exactly like the conspiracy theorists who see like a second set of eyelids shutting and they can see like weird cat eye like things in people, and they point out certain frames of videos and freeze them and say, look, he's got lizard eyes. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the tendency for those people who have those conspiracy theories about actual reptilian aliens wearing human skin suits. They tend to target for their conspiracies CEOs of corporations and heads of state and politicians and people in power. You know, anyone who has a following, they will be targeted by the Raelian conspiracy theorists. So, what do all of those people have in common that might be causing that? Is there something that they might be putting off that other people can sense? And I think there is. And I think that is a sort of psychopathic behavior. There's narcissism, but there's also psychopathy that you can see where they have no empathy, and they seem to be fearless when it comes to personal transactions between people because they know what they want and they know how to get it. Okay? So, if we were to take the psychopathic brain in human beings and say that that's a normal human brain minus a couple of higher functioning portions of the brain, what type of brain would that be most similar to in the animal kingdom? And I will say that when the limbic system takes over in the human brain, it looks a lot like, you know, the vastly superior limbic system in a reptile's brain, you know, and I can see how they would start to function similarly and how their behaviors would look similar to people, and so they would make this connection in their head. And they might not know a lot about neurophysiology, okay, but they can see the behaviors. People look like they're acting like reptiles. So I see lizard people in that I see people who have more limbic function and less higher reasoning and less empathy towards other people. And so I think that there are people who are basically lizards among men. And I don't think that it's too far off to imagine people having brains that are similar to cats or dogs or any other sort of animal, you know. You could actually make the argument that somebody who has severe mental retardation and must be fed things is very much like an invertebrate sponge, like you were mentioning in your video, that they just eat whatever comes along because they have to be fed by external forces. So, yeah, I see lizard people. And